I see someone.
Hello.
Hello. Oh yeah, mate.
How are you?
Good, good, good. We're just hanging around for a little bit to see if we get a few more people.
That's okay.
Um,
I think we're 9 tonight for the
well,
for.
that's what it says. We're currently 2. So what's that? That's
Oh,
20%. Twenty
that's
percent.
that's that's awesome. My name is Enzo. By the way, I've been a web developer for many years in different company sizes. So I've done a lot of unit testing on Symfony.
Cool.
And I've seen Sebastian Bergman a couple of times in Montreal.
Yep.
So I'm very interested now in this company that I'm working. We're using WordPress more in depth
Hmm.
than what I used to in my personal project, which is just adding pictures and add a couple of plugins.
Yep.
So that's why I'm here. I will probably participate in more than this one. I mean, in the following ones. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Very much so. It's a little bit of show and tell. You know,
Yeah.
I'll show you how things in. We actually got a piece of code that got committed
Awesome.
into this last bunch. In fact, it got rewritten, and then we got the props for it. But that's beside the point. Um, and I'll show you what the difference in that was, and basically show you how it works. But then it's like all hands. Um, Part of what we're doing here is trying to get one one file fully covered.
Okay, that's a good idea. That's a good start.
Yep, and the file had no coverage when we started.
Okay, and
And
have you
it
done
is
it? Have you done any previous conference? Previous.
yes, this is about the third or fourth one now.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the first one. Okay.
Yeah, no, we haven't. We're running them every 2 weeks, and
Okay.
but we thought 2 weeks was the right sort of spacing, so it wasn't too stressful that we had to do something every week.
Okay.
Because it's in our time and we've got other things we want to try and do.
Awesome.
And the file we're working on is called functions PHP.
Yeah,
It's
I
it's
I
it's
read the. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry, and that's the original functions file in
Okay.
WordPress. It's the one it was the first functions file that got written.
Nice.
So
That's
it is so old. Some of the
and it
stuff in there was like version 1.2.
and it has no unit test.
No, well, it has now, but it had none to start with.
Oh my! I installed all the environment that you suggested
Okay, well
in
done.
the link, and now I will probably have to install Samba in the VM because I cannot connect through my. I have a Mac. I cannot
Yeah,
connect. I cannot mount the VM in the. So I can use my IDE. Mounting the.
yeah. You don't have to, because
Okay.
all right. Let's take you through this one. We're waiting for others, so let's.
Yeah, yeah,
If you'd like to share your screen,
yeah.
or I'll
How
share
I do
my
that?
screen.
How I do that? How I share my screen?
Up on the left-hand side, if you mouse over, there's a green block with a share screen, a little arrow on it. But I can show you on here as well. So you've
Uh,
installed VVV and you got it all working, yeah?
yeah, I think I share it now.
Okay, cool. That's
Let
awesome.
me close some things here.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Yeah,
see that. And
yeah.
what?
See, I use a Sage
Sure. Okay,
into the
so
shell.
we need to do a little bit other than that in order to just configure a few things. So
Okay.
actually, if it's VVV, it's configured. So in the folder, let me share my screen
Okay.
because that way I can actually just point at the things that you were talking
Awesome.
about. Okay, so you can see my screen now.
Yep.
So this is where I've got my VVV installed. Yeah,
Okay.
my Vagrant configuration in, right? And
Yep.
in here, there's a folder called www.
Yes.
Yeah. You can find that in your machine. Yeah, and I've got a load of other stuff in here, but you're looking for this folder, WordPress Develop.
Okay, let me see where I'm here. Yes, WP Dev, CD Vagrant Local, CD. Oh, okay, yeah, I have. Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, and that's mapped. Okay.
WordPress develop. Oh, that's map. Okay. Oh, fantastic. That's easier than what I was thinking to do. Okay.
No, totally, really nice. This is why I like Vagrant. You work to your local box, and then you can run unit tests and things inside the box with the shell. So let's make sure you've got a working build. All right.
Yeah, I test just closing my amps here. So I tested with the browser, going to the testing site. Yep. That and it works.
Okay, so I want to test the unit tests. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm just going to bring across here. Let's roll a few windows. Okay, so they don't do the filter on mine. So you see this one. So you need to map. You need to CD into srv www wordpress.-dev. Okay, so that's where the mapping is in the Vagrant box. Can you see that on your machine? So you're in VVV, aren't you? Yeah. So go to your Vagrant box, your SSH.
Yeah, here it is.
And CD.
Yeah.
Let me just lock you onto that for a second. /srv. So from the root, so //
Yep.
srv.
I don't understand that.
Sorry. Sierra. Yep.
Okay.
Tab www. Tab, and it's WordPress. So just type word, enter, and develop, DAEV. Yep, that's it. All right, so go there and type PHP unit. You know how to do this. Enter. All right, and that should run the installers. So you've done a bit of unit testing in the past. So the main thing you need to know is that you really are doing integration testing. Okay. Because what happens is WordPress loads a whole instance of itself. And so the tests are running in a WordPress environment with a database and all those tables and options stuff set up. Hey, Tio's coming in. Yeah, Tio's coming in.
Hello.
Yeah, let him get his microphone turned on and everything.
Okay.
So as you can see, unit tests are running. Yep. And if you saw on my screen that I just had a filter to run a specific test.
Correct.
So where you're seeing S for skips,
yep.
They have probably got comments in that they are associated with bugs that have not been fixed on production.
And then you will have the eyes when you ask to ignore the test. You
basically put the ticket ID into the test function, and it ignores that function. And this may or may not pass.
Yeah.
Sometimes we run this and it doesn't pass.
Well, that's the beauty of being in IT. You never know what you're gonna get at the end, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that one. So here's.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So that got you working. So now let me just go back to my folders.
Yeah.
And so you know your way around in the develop folder, which is like a special build. This has actually got build scripts, and so there's a grunt build script in here that actually builds the production WordPress that actually gets put into the zip, and it's got the Travis UML stuff and all that type of stuff in here, and packaging and bits and pieces. So this is really the core of WordPress now. what you see and what you download is like built from this.
Okay.
And I predict that shortly, like SAS will be in here as well. So this will be a SASified build and things like that. So what you get in here is the build modules and various bits, and then you've got this is WordPress as you would normally recognize it. Okay. Please ignore the patch in here because it's dirty and things like that. And so this is the standard sort of WordPress build. Yeah, no config or anything in here because it dynamically builds the config. If you come back out of here and go into tests, let's go to tools for a second. In tools, there's a couple of functions. Basically, there's add text to mine and make pot and get the stuff. So there's some stuff around that you can use in SSH to actually build pot files and do your translation processing. So that's quite a nice little thing to have. But what we're really interested in the tests, the unit tests, the JavaScript unit tests are in here. Yeah.
What tool do you use to do the unit test in JavaScript? You Jest?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I haven't investigated that.
Okay. Fair enough.
But we're in PHP unit. All the various builds and bits and pieces. So the build scripts and the multi-site and build XMLs are all in here that get run, and the actual tests themselves are in here.
Okay.
And these are the tests, and we're working in this. The convention is that we, for the bigger sections, they have their own folder. Okay. So you can see there's file systems, feed, external HTML dependencies, multi-site, all the stuff that specifically around multi-site are in here. The theme, the XRP, CFS, the REST API stuff's in here. Okay, the tune tests for that. But we're working in this folder called functions, and these are the ones that we're beginning to sort of work our way through. And so for each function, yes, there will be a single file. Okay. Okay.
So I'm not that familiar, that in-depth familiar with WordPress. So the function file is just one file. It's not a set of classes. It's just one file with functions, correct?
That's right. It's not even classed. It's that old. All this stuff was written like in PHP 4. So let me actually open up that file for you.
Yeah.
So this is the functions file. Okay.
Okay.
And if you go through here, look at the version number on this.
071.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it's old.
Yeah, it's so old. It has no TLC. And so we basically starting at the top and working down, and trying to write all the date functions. We've actually skipped this one. I don't know why I skipped this one. We'll come back to that one later. And we recently just did this one, and the unit test for this actually got committed into core.
Oh, nice.
And so we've got that one in, and we're now working on size format. Okay.
Okay.
Or we've done site one. No, get week start date. I think we're actually working on. Yeah, look, I've got a var dump in here. So that's the one we've been working on. And here's the code for it, the unit tests. So the format of WordPress unit tests is that they have wrapped the PHP unit test support file class with their own unit test classes. Okay, so we get some additional functionality in here. And the standard sort of unit test, if you've done it before, you extend the unit test case and you write your own stuff. And we do this stuff in here. So Theo,
can you hear me?
You just can. While you come on, I thought, should we go? We got the number format got committed and actually got rewritten by Swissery.
I saw it.
You're a bit quiet, my friend.
Well, let me try. Let me adjust here.
Yep.
Just a second.
Yep. So what I thought would do is just
Can you hear
go.
me better now?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I thought we'd go through what we wrote and what got committed. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what we wrote. Yeah. And this is the unit test they actually committed. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that he changed the method names.
Yep. So the methods are a bit more descriptive, which is reasonable.
Yep.
And he declared some globals, yeah, and actual numbers, yeah, and then you know, run them back and just reuse them and doing stuff. So I think it was interesting the way he reset the global, yeah, clone the global into a local, yeah, and then pull it back out again. So I thought that was an interesting method of clearing it.
Exactly.
Then,
So he took the approach of cleaning inside the method, setting up and cleaning inside the method instead of doing the class.
Yes. Well, in fact, we tried to do it in the class and it didn't work, did it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we did something similar here. We got the global, but we didn't clean it. We didn't have an empty one because it was null. He's actually setting something that is null. This is null when he runs this, but he's making sure it's null and sending it back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. So that was interesting. So that got committed, and we got props for that.
Cool. Cool.
So we need to do more of that. So it's just a case of pushing the tickets on through and chasing them down and getting them done. So I'm going to close those two down, and that's like no point getting any more stuff with that. All right. So we were in weekend, weren't we? And that was a single that's used in one place, wasn't it? Here.
Right. What's the method again?
The method was get week and start, wasn't it?
I think you get like an array with the starting of the week.
Yep.
And the end of the week. Is that?
Yes. It returns an array arc week, and then you get which is a start and an end, and they then pass it into date format to get the archive week date format, which is really weird. Where's that come from?
We're doing some tests, like with a day in December, if I remember correctly.
That's right. So what the we just got a date that works. Yeah.
Right.
And we're just making sure that it comes back with a start and an end, and that does that.
There was also that problem of returning midnight, like the midnight problem.
Yeah, so what happens if we put in midnight?
I think that's... If we put midnight, I don't know. If you check the last test in this class, that's where you put no.
So that's midnight and 1:45.
Yeah, that's the last one we did, right?
Yeah. And the week is set to so we this is currently set to Sunday, which is a default.
Right.
And again, so that's an option. Yeah.
There's a thing. You're updating it. You're updating this option, and then you might break the tabs that are coming after.
I clear it. I update it back.
Okay. Okay.
I clear it and put it back.
All right. Yeah, I see it.
So basically, a bad option. You know, there's no option in here. So Enzo, if we're losing you, do chip in and ask questions. Because I don't want, I want you to sort of come along with us and feel that you understand what's happening. Yeah, ask the dumb questions, because that will be useful to people who watch this video, who don't know as much as we do. Yeah. So, is there any more tests in here? Can anybody think of any more tests in here to do? So let me just.
Okay, we can. So we have to write something for this class, like a description of what we're doing. I think we did that for the last one.
Yeah.
It would be like a summary of what we are actually testing there.
Mm-hmm. So Monday is the default. Yeah.
Right.
The start of week is Monday by the start. Monday is the default start of week. Yeah.
Yeah. The option is start of week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Start underline off underline week.
Yeah.
I guess so. You're testing. So we gave an example. One thing that I think it's a interesting case would be like maybe, I don't know if you should test that, but like the special dates, February 29th, stuff like that. What do you think? This extra days of the year, like, or
yeah. What's it doing actually? What's it actually getting at? It's a numeric start of the week. So let's look at the code again, right? So this is as flaky as can be, this function. How would you write this function if you were rewriting it? Because it doesn't look like a good function to me. Yeah?
We could just format this, try to format this string
into a proper date object. Instead of
into a proper date. Try a couple of edge cases in the formatting process. That would be better, I feel.
Because it's used only once. Okay.
Yeah, but this function comes in. What's the version of this function, by the way?
1.770. 0.71.
0.70. It's pretty old, right?
That's probably pre-mat. Yeah? That may have been an inherited function from before it was WordPress.
Okay, got it.
It's that old.
Okay. Yeah, maybe the PHP version had an influence in it. I don't know.
Yeah. So how would you? Let's do a quick Google search on and actually see PHP get start and end of week. Get start and end of week of a week. By week number, no. But start and end given. from a date. Let's see what Google says we should be doing. Next week range, start date, end date, no.
So he's using those special strings. He's getting the current, he's getting the date, transforming into a date, into the time. Last Sunday, next Saturday.
Yeah, we need to be different than that because we need to be able to move the actual start of week.
Yeah, right. That would vary. Yeah. But then we could do that special string in a dynamic way. So for a given date, just return the day of the week it is. I don't know.
Yeah, last Sunday, next Saturday.
So this would vary. This would be like Monday, Tuesday. It could be any day.
Yeah. Date, time, class, try. New date, time, last Saturday, modify, no.
You could just add 6 days. Yeah. For a given date, add 6 days. And would that work? No.
Well, actually, it will, because that becomes dynamic. So you would get what is the start of the week? Yeah, get last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take time. Take a timestamp.
Mm-hmm.
Time zone, not takes now. No.
So I think you would get.
Date time, public static date time, format time. Date time last Saturday, no, because that's not. It will be Monday before this date, which is not quite right, is it?
Monday before. So
Functions,
if Monday is the first day of the week, it's right. You would get the proper start of the week. So what's the format that it comes the start of the week again? Is it like a number?
It's looking numeric. Yeah. If not is numeric, get the option.
But what they consider, I have to check in the code. Like Monday's 1 or Monday's 0.
Don't know.
You know
We'll
what
have
I mean?
to look it up. We'll have to look it up. But it's a number. I still don't like this function.
No, it's not using any of this elegant functions that are made for that. Just using string.
Yeah, it's string manipulation.
Yeah.
Get week dates. Year, week. Echo. Okay, we're just passing the year and the week. And from to strict time, year.
So it's 1. The number is 1. I think it's 1.
Yeah. So this will just be a number. You could just make the number up from this. They'll give you a from to. If start, return from to.
So this 1 should become the word Monday.
Not necessarily on this date formatter. Year minus W week -1. Week comes in. Where's it actually being called in this function? Let's abandon this. I don't like this piece of code. Oh, I do like nicking people's code, or at least trying to.
Right.
So this is similar. No, this
The
is.
thing is that they always assume.
Well, they put a time in. They just put the time into the thing. String to time, last Monday, comma, and a time in it to give you. So that kind of would work.
But the thing is, none of these codes will have the first day of week varying, right?
Yes. So this one's passing in a time.
Right.
So string to time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Passing it into that and saying last Monday,
Yeah.
next Sunday, which is fixable. So you could do last. Yeah.
So what we have to this point is just a number 1, 0, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, right?
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is just before doing that, just translating this number to the day of the week, and then concatenating to this string.
Well, return array. That's it, isn't it?
Get last Monday. This one is considering Monday the first day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we could fix that.
It could be a little bit more readable, but
Yes.
it's probably
It's not that readable, but
yeah. It's probably doing the right thing.
yeah. Versus that versus this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You wanted to write like a proposal to replace that?
I think so. What we do is we've got unit tests.
One
Yeah.
of the things that so these functions that we are going to use.
Well, the other problem is that I know what's going to happen is they're going to come back to us and they'll say it ain't broken.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the question is, it ain't broken, so therefore, are we going to be able to, is it worth us even looking at it to try and tidy it up? Because if they're going to say it ain't broken, why fix it?
Yeah.
Just because it's not pretty, yeah. We could stick a piece of code in here, say, look, this is a tidier way of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I have a suspicion that might end up being a coding exercise. Hi, we've got a new person just joined us. Hi, you guys. Can I hear you? Can you hear us? I thought I heard a little voice pop in there briefly. And what's this young one? Tian. Can you hear us, Tian?
I can hear you. I can only hear you. I cannot hear the other guys.
Okay. Well, they're all open mic.
On the chat, if you want to say hi here.
Yep. Yep. Oh, well, whatever. So, what do you think Yeah, would you think that's a nice little
Yeah.
exercise to write that replacement? We've got unit tests now, so we can present the unit tests and say
Yeah, it
we
would be
can
nice
prove
to
it works,
yeah.
and this new function behaves the same.
It'd be
Yeah.
nice to run, I think, the whole thing as well, because other functions might be making use of it.
No, there's only one place. This is only used one place in core.
I know, but the place that calls this place probably is being called in multiple test functions.
I doubt if this has got coverage.
The function that calls it?
Yep, get archive,
Okay.
WP get archives.
Okay.
And what's it return?
Return.
Returns a string, a void or a string, but it takes a shed load of archive. I will just grab that and stick that in and search for it.
Okay, let me get archives.
Okay, there are unit tests for this. There are unit tests
Yeah,
in
there is
here,
a
and
there is a
that is the
yeah.
unit test that tests this. Okay, so we've got
There's several, I
yeah,
think.
but it's the weekly one. There's two.
Oh, got it.
There's two.
There are only okay, got it. There's only one that passes the weekly. Two that passes the weekly parameter. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll get archives. Type weekly, string, cache type, last change, posts, time 1, number of queries 1. So how does this work? So that's current now, isn't it? So what's the difference between these two? Cache is primed. Okay.
Oh, what is that?
Cache is primed. Expect no queries.
Okay.
Number of queries plus 1. Number of queries. Yeah.
Weekly. Change type.
Oh, I see. So they're just counting the number of queries. Okay, they're just making sure that a query is generated. They're not looking at what it returns.
Okay.
Insert type of string, and that's it. That's all they're doing. And they're saying, was there a query on the database? Yeah, that's it. There's no test around here whether it came within a week.
Right.
Yeah, was there a query within that week? Yeah, is that week working? Is that week query actually even working?
I see. So there's no. Yeah, it's just about the type of the result, not about the content of the result.
That's right. And they are testing two things. Did I get a string back? Yeah. And did the number of queries increment by 1?
After the query was done. Okay. So it's not covered. At least not this part.
Yeah. Well, when we get into this one, that will get some unit tests then. But so what do you fancy then? Do you to
Rewriting,
see,
rewriting that function or going further?
well, the thing is, it's very, very date sensitive. It has to be in that format. Yeah. Whereas we should be able to pass a date in. Yeah. We should be able to pass a date and get the start and end of a week. It doesn't matter what the format of the date is. But this is date sensitive. This is string sensitive.
It's format sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can upgrade this. Let's have a go at upgrading it.
So you're thinking about passing a format, having a default for that format.
But it doesn't matter. Just passing a date. It's a date string.
And passing a date object.
Yeah. Yeah. Passing a date.
So it would be one more parameter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No. So they're passing in month from the result. Yeah.
It's a string.
That becomes a string, and then the option start of week.
Yeah. And that's a number.
And then they go and call it if it's not set. So they pass the option in, and then if it wasn't set, they'd go and get it. So exactly the same call.
Right. Right.
And where's this result set?
We saw it last week, I remember.
If results.
Oh, it's
If
in
we,
the...
It's basically the result of this query.
So it's one of the columns.
Yeah, so it's a column.
Right.
Of that on this query. Yeah. So this doesn't have to be this way. Yeah. This could just be the date back. Post date.
The problem is you would have to parse the date in this function.
Order by post date. Order by post date.
Oh, past the post date. Oh yeah. All right.
Second post date, post. From post where join group by week.
Format post date.
Select week as week. Week is MySQL week. That looks like a hidden function. Post date. What's that?
Oh, so that's it's returning the index of.
If column switch start of week int get start of option. If it's case 1, return week column 1. If it's 1 to 6 and or nil, return an interval start of week column interval start of week day subdate. So the passing back a string of a subdate. So this is SQL.
Right.
So there's a whole lot of extra work going on here. A pool of SQL queries. I don't think we need.
What is this returning actually?
A string.
Okay, that will be concatenated to the query.
Yeah, this function is used twice, by the way. Parts where date week value, but in here. So does it?
So week select distinct week. That is week.
So how does it know which order group where's the where set? Excuse me a second. Get archives where SQL where post type and publish type equals S and published and prepare post type goes into there.
I think there's no where.
Yeah, so how do we know what? So is it basically just a group by? So this is an archive, isn't it? So it's getting. So this gets the. This gets posts. Count ID as posts. Gets the week.
So you join and you group by the week. I think you're just grouping the posts made in for a given week. And
Yes.
probably
So,
getting everything and paginating, right?
So what it's doing is it's going into the posts and it is finding all weeks that have a post in it.
Yeah, so it gives a week and post number, week, post number, week, post number.
That is a week, year, post date, and then count. So this could return the post date. Well, it does, but it could actually just return that. So it returns post date.
But then in what format? It would be still
it's all formatted. So if you were to get this to just return the date,
the post date without formatting would still be a string, and you would have to parse it before passing to this
arc year. Yeah, so might as well do it in that, I suppose. Where does that get used?
Arc last week.
Arc year comes into this URL constructor. So this URL constructor could do being the replaced with the get very args, the builder. Yeah.
Right.
Because this is a URL constructor. So SM S. So
what is arc stands for?
Archive.
Oh, archive. Okay.
So it's the year, comma, question mark.
So this is probably the default
home URL.
Right.
And then question mark, and then equals, and then M for month.
Yep.
No, was the year. Ampersand equals result week. Result week. And then I don't know what it's doing. URL archive link before after format. Get archives links. Text format.
What SM? What is that?
Where?
$3 SM. So
There.
that's the third. That's the third parameter.
Yeah, I would say that's an M. That's a month.
So that okay.
So that's dollar
literal.
percentage string. So that's the
Okay.
that's the third parameter, which is a question mark.
So it's question mark month
It's no
equals
space
month number.
question mark equals. Are you jesting? You really jesting?
Question mark question mark equals.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So question. No, wait. So is this question mark going to get replaced down the road or something?
No. It's a query string.
This URL is it's actually
They're making a URL.
Right.
And that gets passed into archives link.
Got it.
Yeah. And get archives link is the URL, text, the format before and after.
That doesn't. Question mark equals. I might be missing something here. Question mark equals doesn't make sense. No, it's month equals. So it's question mark month equals.
Yeah.
Then the month number.
Yep. So that's 4.
No.
That's 4, and then it's
4 is arc year.
So 1, 2.
Yep.
Which is an empty string.
Mm-hmm.
3 question mark.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
Equals 5 after the equals.
So M equals arc year.
Arc year. Why is M?
Exactly.
Let's have a look up the other ones.
M equals arc year.
Let's have a look at the daily URL. Where's the URL? Add query argument, post type, URL, get day link. So they're using query arguments here.
Right. Instead of just doing the printf.
Yeah. But they don't have, I'm not seeing the
M is so weird. So when you're talking about, probably is when you select monthly and you want to get like
so this is using basically producing a date format. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's basically the date formatter. And they're both the same. Yeah, they're not actually different. And there's no actually way to override that. Huh? Override date before question mark. No. Use the date format setting the options 1. What the?
I can't remember override. I don't know why there is an underline there. Should it?
It's hard coded not to be overridden. So this code never runs.
Right.
Yeah, and this is all set to the same, so we could have the same formatter.
That piece of code shouldn't be there at all. It's
Yeah.
not. It's never going to run. Okay.
And it's basically used to make the SQL to date format, which is actually another function in the functions file. Yeah. Which we done a unit test for that one? Yeah,
No.
there it is. There's the unit test for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's been. I don't know if it's in properly or not. So and this makes a different date formatter. So why is that one? Same thing inside, but not with the translate. It has to translate true.
One thing that I didn't understand is why it's using the year in the URL.
Nor do I.
Am equals year.
Yeah, but it also gets passed into this archive link. Yeah.
The same URL, but that is only supposed to return the HTML element, right?
Yes, but it passes in that. Yeah. And this URL has a query argument added to it here if there's a post type added.
But is that it's just adding stuff, skipping whatever crazy thing is going on there, and then just adding.
And that is so unreadable.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's M and week. Yeah. And that's got to be wrong.
M equals week. So where do you think that gets printed in real life?
If you get an archive page for lists for weeks, show the archives by week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find an example here. See if I have WordPress around.
I'd be tempted to actually write a unit test for this, just to see if this actually works. what we get back. Yeah.
For what piece of code?
For this, try and run this else, and this else shouldn't be an else. It should be a switch. It should be a switch in here. Yeah. That shouldn't be an else. That shouldn't be an else, an if else statement. It should be a switch.
It could be, yeah. 2016.
What's this function called?
Tag file.
So I just wrote a quick test to see what it does. I'm just going to var dump it out. The
Okay. Get orca.
we got null.
I think you got there is a typo on the type. It's weekly.
Okay. That would be sensible.
It's going to the default. No, it's not falling in any of those conditions. Yeah.
There is no. Is there a default on that? If else?
I don't think so. No, there's not. Probably there's not. Maybe there is an else in the end, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Still got it.
Okay, weekly limit before. Weekly.
So there is no, there's probably no posts in here. Yeah, so I probably just need to add a post.
Mm. You want to do it programmatically or?
Yeah, programmatically. Where were we looking a minute ago? I saw a add post.
Do you have a WP client there? The problem is it will not. No, it will. If you run something like that.
Find it path. Look, that's what you need to do.
So, but that.
So we run the factory, okay? Right,
Okay.
we're just basically making 3 posts.
All right.
Okay.
M equals year, yeah. March. What about, so 032? Oh, that's the code, okay.
So it's week 11, you see. So
yeah.
M is a year, and then a week out of 11. And then some encoding of some form. Oh, 2 between 2 gaps. March 20th. So this is the week. Yeah.
That's the beginning and end of the week.
Yep.
So that's where it gets printed, and you get the index of the week.
Yep.
That the date that you passed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now check the code.
Wow, it's a slow test. It's probably the configuration, setting it all up and tearing it back down for a single test.
Are you running it?
No, there's a comment on here. You should fix the test.
Okay.
It took 200 milliseconds to run a single test.
Get that.
So that's what it returns. So we get this class here.
You're getting the ELI. So what you got was the string there, the li element.
Yes.
So that's what that chunk of code will
Spits out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So why do we need that in there?
I think that might be. I'll check that.
That's
That's like a Unicode something.
yeah. Ampersand.
Ampersand, yeah.
Encoded ampersand. So it's coming out pre-coded. Yeah. But that'd be better to encode it afterwards, wouldn't it? I don't like this. Because it goes in like that. We're spinning our wheels here. A link. What's that? Well, it's working, but that's definitely not needed.
What part do you mean?
This date format. It's hard coded at the top here. Yeah. And they're doing 1080 IP here and SQL to date here. Yeah. And passing the same format in. And this will do the same. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Right.
There's a couple of handlers for it.
So you think that this function there, my SQL to date, shouldn't be called? Like there are two approaches doing the same thing.
Yeah, this has got a bit more protection on it. Yeah.
Right. So just replace that one for my SQL to date. Is that what you think?
I would think so. I think that'd be the more formatted one because then it's consistent. And then this needs to be the format for all of them because these are all set to the same. I'm tempted to just strip out the stuff that's not needed and put a patch in and say removed unused code and see what happens.
What about the other cases? What's the approach that is being taken for the other else ifs?
So daily,
yeah,
that's that one. Yearly's just got a
doesn't need
doesn't do it.
Yeah.
There's this
daily type.
Just passes in the year straight in as a digit, as a number. Monthly. Get month link. I didn't do anything either. So look, it won't do anywhere. I'll undo this in a minute. Archive wheat separator. And isn't it hard coded down here in code?
Archive wheat separator. Let me check that. It's being used. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard coded then.
No, it's not. It's not been used. It's been used as that, isn't it?
It's been used down, like in the middle of the file.
It's in that weekly one as well. Start, end of week. It should have a filter on it. That should have a filter on it.
Archive wheat separator. This is what will separate dates on weekly.
Yeah.
What is this symbol? A2.
Don't know. Oh, dash. It's a dash symbol.
Right.
I'm just going to annoy them. I'm going to put a filter around that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It makes sense. And then they can replace if they. It's not unreasonable to think that that could be replaced. But
yeah. Get archives. Archive weekly separator. Yeah, I think we just call it that, can't we?
Apply filter.
Week separator.
Should I put underscore after the get?
They didn't on here. Yeah.
All right.
And what version are we on? 4 point. What's the current version? 4.5?
4.4, 4.5, something like that. 4.7? No, wait. 4.4. 4.4.2. To be precise.
4.4.2. 2? Yeah. Is that the next version? Next version.
The latest release was 4.4.2.
Actually, probably better the other way around, isn't it?
Portion continue.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Week with W.
Yep. They are W's, I think.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, they are W's. Just look like V's.
All right. Week dates. So week starts to the weekend. That's what I mean by week dates, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the week. Yep. Okay, let's make a patch for that and stick that in there and see how much grief we have. I'm wondering whether it should actually be 2 patches though.
Just a second. So that's the only thing you changed.
No, I didn't. I took out the unneeded code. It's
Okay.
2 separate patches. Bugger. Right, so let's cut that and just step back a few bits.
So why did you put 4 or 5 there?
That's the next version.
Oh, okay. How do you know that? Where did you search for it?
Well, if you said me 4.442 is the current version,
Yeah.
the next version will be 4.5.
Why not 4.4.3?
But they're point versions. This will not be included in a point version
Why is that?
because this is not a bug fix. This is a feature.
I see. Okay.
All right. So let's. So I think we can probably roll up that patch. Why don't you make the ticket for that patch for the unit tests for this?
So core. Track. User first guy. Okay. I'll share my screen here.
Yeah, in a second. So okay, so that's the remove functions. And now I will go here and run this all the way forward. Right, so we just basically add this function. Yep. Actually, this goes in separate. So I now do another patch. Okay, so I have two patches now. And let's go into track. And then I'm going to call it a day. Create a new ticket.
Okay, what version is that you're testing it? Not 4.4.2, right? The version that we're using to test that is not really 4.4.2.
So what is WordPress.org download at the moment? Doesn't really matter. We can adjust the number if it becomes wrong. So it's 4.4.2. So 4.5 will be the next one.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know a way to get the version through the files, or that's not hard coded anywhere in the files, right?
Yes, it's in the README in the root. There is a version number hard coded in the root of WordPress.
Okay. So this is for 5.
Yeah.
All right.
If I spelt variables right and all that stuff.
Let me check. Okay, defect, bug. So the type is not going to be a bug, right?
Yes, this is a bug. Well, no, it's an enhancement, I suppose.
Right. Yeah.
Trunk, component general, I think. I can't think of anything else. They'll put it somewhere.
Is there one for the functions?
No. General.
Okay.
Patch to removed variables are never used. And duplicated to make code cleaner.
Okay. I think it's a good idea to provide like the location of that in the summary.
Well, to me.
Okay, I've actually removed variable never used, duplicated to make code cleaner. I think cleaner, there is an extra R. The first R can be removed.
Okay. All right, let's continue to preview. Create the ticket. And choose the file. Downloads. Documents. Code. Right, so that's done.
Can you copy the URL for this ticket so we can post on the group?
Yep, done that. And then I'm going to do another new ticket. Allow. Nope.
Added filter to allow the separator to be changed. Missing filter. Okay. To the PDF archives. Week, date. To allow the separator in the week. I think weekly archive, text.
Okay.
Um,
Is that kind of clear?
Date range. What's the name of the variable again?
Oh, added. Oh, we'll have to put the name of the filter in as well, can't we? Guitar. Looks like a.
Cool.
Yeah. Right, let's go and do that. Create the ticket and add that as a file. And push that up. Okay. So
Can you send me the link again, please?
yeah. Stick that in there. And what I'd like to suggest that you do is that you this week's dysfunction, this weekly started one. You put this in. You put the ticket in for this. For this for unit test.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously not this bit at the bottom. Have you got that code, or do I need to commit that code into for you?
You need to commit. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just get rid of this function then. We don't want that.
So all this is from last week, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good to go for a ticket.
Yeah, I think so. Unless you can think of anything else.
No, it's on. I'm fine with that. Maybe the edge case is what you think.
Yeah, have a go with it if you want to.
Okay. Okay.
I won't submit those that functions to you, but so we'll give you that.
What function?
Unit. So I don't know about it. Unit test. Okay. So I'll commit that and we'll push that to you. Okay. Close that. Okay. So, and I think that's the point. I'm going to stop this this video.
So I'm going to update the meetup with the things we sold.
Yeah, yeah. Do put words on the meetup. Encourage people to turn up. Maybe reach out to the guys who did come and say, okay, we noticed you dropped off.
Right.
Yeah. How can we improve? Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
And let's call it okay. So I'm going to stop this broadcast and I'll trim the front end off so we get to the point where someone's joined in, and we'll see how we'll do that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you on.
Are you coming this Saturday on the?
No, I probably won't. I've got a meet up tomorrow night.
That's a WP big. What?
Yeah. That's a
Okay.
group of people for me. So I'm busy trying to get some stuff done.
All
okay,
right.
my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye, Paul. Thank you.